Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. Today I am grooming Portia, the 11-year-old Shih Tzu. Okay everyone, this is Portia's first groom in 8 months. She does have a little bit of matting, but she's not too badly matted. The owners like her to be completely shaved all over. I'm gonna shave her in my number 10 today, and I'm gonna show you how I shave her because she is a skinny dog that has really thin skin, so it's very easy to injure a dog like this. I prefer to use a number 10 on her instead of a number 7. It's also really important that you use blades that are very sharp when you're working on a dog, especially a matted dog, because dull blades or dull scissors are more likely to cause injury than sharp ones. And you might be hearing a dog in the background making gremlin noises. That's because I'm dog sitting my friend's French bulldog today, and he was just running around outside, so he's having a hard time catching his breath. All right, Portia, let's do this. Oops. Okay. I have been grooming Portia for a very long time. I couldn't even tell you how many years at this point. She does have some moles that I have to be careful of as I shave her. I don't exactly know where they are all located. The reason why the owners shave her so short is because it gives them a longer duration of time before they have to get her groomed again. So typically, if you shave a Shih Tzu or really any dog this short, you'll be able to get a good 3 or 4 months before you have to get them shaved again. Obviously, 8 months has been quite some time, but considering it has been 8 months, her coat is in pretty good condition. I was expecting it to be very matted, and it's not nearly as bad as it could have been. Sometimes I bathe first, sometimes I shave first. Depends on the individual dog. In this case, it makes more sense to shave Portia first. If she was a lot more matted, I probably would have bathed her first and then shaved her while she was wet. So she has a mole there that's a bit red because she's been scratching it. Just feeling my blade to make sure that it's not hot. You have to be really careful in the armpits of these kinds of dogs. Well, really any dog, but her in particular, she's older, she has thin, loose skin. She has some matting in there. So again, 10 blade only. Don't use anything other than a 10 blade. It's very, very easy to nick this dog, unfortunately. Good girl, Portia. Thankfully, she doesn't move. She's a really good dog because if she moved, this would be a lot more difficult. Come here. Okay. Now, when it comes to doing the neck, fortunately, she doesn't really have folds, but they can have folds in their neck. So you really want to stretch them out when you're shaving, which for some dogs can be very uncomfortable, but it's better than catching the skin. Now, using my 5-in-1 blade, I'm going to shave out her eyes. Good girl. Stay. Stay. No, don't move. Won't be good if you move. Stay. No, stay. Okay. And now I'm going to shave her face as well. So with the 10 blade, I'm going to hold her by the snout here, shave over top of her head. You can also do a reverse 7. Now I'm going to shave her ears, holding the ear flat and shaving out to the edges of the ear. Flip the ear over, lay it flat on the dog's head and neck, and again shave towards the edges of the ear. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Shaving towards the edges. She has some matting here. I'm going to flip the ear over. Shave out some of that matting. And flip the ear over here. Lay it flat across the neck and head. and shaving again towards the edges. Right here on the ear is where a common injury takes place because of the way that their ears fold. You need to make sure that that's flat and you're shaving this way. Do not shave down this way, you will cut the ear. Again, we're gonna go back over this after and make it perfect. So when I'm shaving faces, I'll shave the bottom of the chin last. So I flip this ear over, holding the hair at the bottom of the chin and shaving towards the snout. This hair here, I'm gonna fold over this way and shave up. Again, be careful of the ear there. Remember that this is just a rough shave and we'll fix it afterwards. Okay, flip this ear over. Be careful of the ear. Head up, shave up to get the bottom of the chin hair. I know, after you get to the top there, hold from the bottom and shave the rest. Dogs don't like this, oftentimes they don't stay still. You have to do the best you can to keep them still because you don't want to cut them, obviously. We'll go back over this when she's dry to make it perfect. Now it's time to go for a bath. So because she's so short, I don't really need to use my shampoo nozzle on her because it'll be very easy to shampoo her. So what I'm gonna do instead is, this is just an empty bottle. Sorry, Portia. This is an empty bottle. I'm gonna fill it up with some shampoo and some water, shake it up, and that's what I'll use to wash her today. Now, Portia is supposed to be a Shih Tzu, I believe. She's definitely not a purebred Shih Tzu. She has a undercoat that's kind of like a Pomeranian. So I'm going to say that she has something in her that sheds. So I'm going to use de-shedding shampoo on her today. That should be more than enough shampoo. I'll add some water and then shake it up. Shake this up. And I'm gonna rinse her down first. It's okay, it's just a bath. Come here. Good girl. See how her hair is not really getting wet? It's just bouncing off of her. This is what makes me think she has some kind of shedding dog in her. Good girl. Despite the fact that she's really skinny, she's not underweight. So I don't want anyone to think that she's underweight. She's actually a perfect weight, to be honest. Some Cheerless on her head. Okay, okay, okay. I know. Okay, let's rinse you down. Now, Portia here has no hair, as you can obviously tell. You can tell that she's a nervous dog, so I'm not going to bother drying her with the high velocity dryer or the little dryer because I feel like it will really stress her out, and I also don't see the purpose of it. So, because she has no hair and she will dry fairly quickly, I'm going to put her in a crate with the dryer facing her. She will dry within 10 minutes, then I'll take her out and I'll finish her haircut. Right? Save you some stress. If the dog is short like this and they don't mind going in a crate, I will always crate dry them because I assure you, it makes them a lot happier rather than having to endure the stress of the blow dryer. So into the crate she goes, and I will be back in 10 minutes for her. Okay, before I finish her haircut, I'm going to clip her nails because they are very long. Let me see those nails. Some of them are black, some of them are white. Okay, front ones. Her dew claw is extremely long. Since I'm on her paws, I'm just going to shave them out using my 5-in-1 clipper. Her paws are matted, so I'm going in and with a scooping motion, I'm taking out the matting. It's gotta feel a lot better for her now. Okay, now using my 10 blade, I'm going to go back over her whole haircut. So some dogs have a spine that protrudes pretty far, and you don't want to shave over top of it because you can injure it. So instead of shaving over top of it, you'll just stretch the skin and pull it down, then shave. And then when you put the skin back, it's all shaved over top. So when I'm shaving the back leg here, they have they have 2 bones here and they have an empty space. And this empty space here, if you just shave right over top, you could cut where the 2 bones are. So using your fingers, you put them behind, you put them inside that little hole, and then you shave over top. Louie, stop eating the hair. You're gonna regret it when you poop out a fur ball. You're caught in the act. No. Checking the blade. Not hot, so I can keep going. So I'm just gonna do the corner of her eyes with my 5-in-1 again. Stay. There we go. I really had hair in that corner that didn't want to come out. Stay. She has lip hairs that we'd like to get out. No dog likes having their face touched, so they're the same. Up with the 5-in-1. It's okay. Now that's all cleaned out. And now I'll go back over her face with the 10. Come here. You really don't like having your face done. My guess is that she probably has some not so great teeth. I'm stretching out her face there so I don't catch her lip. Let me see. Oh no, her teeth aren't even that bad. So, you just don't like having it done. It's okay. I know. Stretching the lip. This is not the easiest thing to do. And she has these long hairs here that I really don't like. Stay. Okay, and then these hairs here, I usually go up. Now I'm going to trim these ears. So I take the tip off first, using my thumbs to feel the tip of the ear leather, and then using my fingers as a guide, I guide along the rest of the ear. This is just how I feel comfortable doing ears, but it also might be because I have a hairdressing background and I'm used to using my fingers as a guide. Now these hairs here always stick up when a dog puts its ears up, so I try to take those a little bit shorter. So you'll see some scraggly hairs here. I'm just going to clean those up with the scissors. And then the paws, because her hair is so short, it's really going to be impossible to cover those nails. And I don't think the owners care if her nails are showing. So I am just going to take these nice and short. If I recall correctly, they like her to have a long tail. So I'm gonna brush this out and then just give it a quick trim and she'll be good to go. Take off the tip. Stand up. I know you love laying down, but can you stand up for just a minute? No, no. I can't do your tail properly if you refuse to stand. And then tidy up just that long little bit there. Okay. I'm going to give her Spritz and Spring Rain. And she is all finished, obviously looking like an entirely new dog. I was gonna give her a bandana, but I'm all out of little dog bandanas other than the Fluff Off Karen bandana. Obviously, she's not a Karen, so I'm not gonna give her that bandana. Okay, Portia, wanna go home? You wanna go home? You wanna go for a walk? You wanna go for a car ride? You want a treat? Good girl. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again next week.